วัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับพบกันเช่นเคยครับนี่คือ The Diplomat ทาง Spring News กับคุณทันชนกจงยศยิ่งและผมวารินทร์ สัจเดลครับ
ค่ะวันนี้เราสองคนเปลี่ยนบรรยากาศนะคะดูจากเครื่องแต่งกายเนี่ยเต็มยศเลยเพราะว่าเรามางานเฉลิมฉลองที่สำคัญมากเลยสำหรับประเทศอิสราเอลค่ะ
ครับ19 พฤษภาคมวันชาติอิสราเอลนะครับปีนี้ครบรอบ67 ปีของการเป็นประเทศอิสราเอลนะครับเรามีบทสัมภาษณ์พิเศษ Exclusive กับท่านทูตชิมอนโรเดดและเก็บบรรยากาศในงานมาฝากคุณผู้ชมกันด้วยครับAmbassador Shimon, congratulations.
Good evening. Thank you very much.
Happy National Day.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. We remember your Saturday brunch. It's Shabbat Shalom. But what do you say in your language, Happy National Day?
You say like for every holiday, Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
Happy holiday.
Happy holiday.
Wow. And normally what do you do on the National Day?
Usually people will go out to the streets, celebrate, sing, dance. There will be a lot of performances almost in every community. And then the next day people will go out to the beaches, to the nature, parks, barbecue a little bit.
Barbecue.
How many days? How many days of holidays?
One is
Just one,
Only
right?
one.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
One.
You got lots of great beaches for them to do the barbecue anyway. Yeah.
We are fortunate with a beautiful country.
And how do we celebrate the National Day in Thailand?
Well, you see, first of all, we celebrate with our friends. And every time celebrating our National Day abroad is a bit different. It's a different atmosphere, but still we used to invite all our friends and we celebrate not only our independence, we celebrate also our friendship. Thailand has been a long time friend of Israel. There are a lot of connections and different dimensions of relations between not only the government of Israel and the government of Thailand, but between our peoples. Thailand being a very popular destination for Israeli tourists. Thai cuisine has become very popular in Israel recently. So there are a lot of dimensions to our relations, and we like to celebrate with our friends.
Thank you for considering us as your friends,
Right.
and we're here to celebrate with you.
Always.
Happy 67th anniversary.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So looking back in retrospect, as a nation, 67 years, Ambassador. what would be your message to the world?
Well, 67 years young.
Yeah.
We're still young. We
Yeah.
are still a young country. Actually, we are an ancient people living in a young country. So we are still building our country. 67 years ago, the Jewish population of Israel was merely a little more than 500,000 Jews. By today, we are 8.2 million. So Israel has really become a homeland for the Jewish people. This is the main purpose of us, of building our country. When our parents came to Israel and started this country, and actually as the Zionist movement started 100 years ago, making Israel the homeland for the Jewish people. Israel, the land of Israel, is our biblical homeland, is our ancient home. So we have revived our independence in our ancient country.
Actually, both countries, Israel and Thailand, we are not too far and not too close. So, in your opinion, what do we know more about Israel?
Well, actually, I think that there's a lot of knowledge about Israel for Thailand. In Thailand in general, people know quite a lot, and people. I think that here you see people admiring and loving Israel for the good reason and for the right reasons, for our education, for our efforts to build ourselves from scratch, from nothing, for our ability to innovate out of necessity. So this is things that are loved and admired by Thai people, and I think it's also right to speak about what Israelis would love with the
About
Thai people
Thailand.
about they love
Right.
their hospitality, your spirit, your hardworking people, and also your type of innovation, and not to mention your beautiful country.
Thank you, Ambassador, on
you.
Thai people's behalf. We talk about, Israel exporting security system, all the time on our shows, and we are experiencing it firsthand
Yes.
today. Going to National Day celebration, like this is the strictest one.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think we are the strictest one, but I think it's out of necessity.
Yeah, we respect that.
Well, it's not that we should speak about it while we are having our holidays, but this has been a part of our life. If you go to Israel, you see that this is something that it's in our veins, that we need to be secure, and without security there will be no peace. So this has become part of our life. We're used to it, and it's unfortunate. There are a bit inconvenience, but we all take it as a bad necessity.
We feel more safe.
We feel safe, and we actually we collaborate on this as well, right? I mean, Thailand and Israel, apart from us exporting our labor to agriculture industry in your country.
It's more than that. You know, one of the traditions that Israel developed from the beginning of our earliest days of our independence, we share our hard-earned and accumulated experiences with others. We make it not only on security. Security is being maybe a side effect, but Israel known for sharing our agricultural experiences,
Innovations.
our education experiences, R&D. So there are a lot of areas that we cooperate and collaborate, and we shared this since our early years with Thailand as well. If you see here at the entrance to our hall, there is a group of pictures which represent the history of our relations.
Yeah.
Some of it indicate, or some of it show pictures of members of the royal household inaugurating some joint projects here, some of them royal household
In
princes.
fact, when we met last year, it was a remarkable milestone for our bilateral relations last year.
we celebrated our 60 years of diplomatic relations,
Yeah.
and if I may say, this has been a wonderful 60 years, and I'm looking forward to the next 60 years.
I read your message out loud on my radio show that you actually took the model, with hiring international labor into your workforce into your country as a model for hiring other workforces as well.
I think this is something to admire, and this is something that both our countries should be proud of. We have taken this area of, Thai workers have been working in Israel for about 20 years. But like in many other areas of life, the recruitment and the entire process of bringing them to Israel unfortunately became corrupt. With the mutual help and cooperative effort of both our governments, we have been able to eliminate the corruption from the system. It is a just, it is a transparent, equal opportunity process of recruiting and assigning them to their employers in Israel. And most of all, it has become much cheaper for a Thai worker to go to Israel. Much cheaper, I mean, if they used to take out loans from all kinds of shady institutions for about the excess of 400,000 baht each, now it will cost them around 70,000 baht. You can imagine that the difference is something that is saved for the welfare and the well-being of their own families and allow them to save more during their time of employment. This is something that is directly benefiting the Thai workers, and most of them are coming from the region of Isan or northeastern Thailand. And this is something that works for the benefit of their communities.
And actually, in terms of the capacity or the performance of the Thai workforce, how are we doing so far?
I think pretty good. We hear, like in any, there are 20,000 Thai workers at any given time, and like in every labor relations between employees and employer, there are some better days and some worse, not so good days.
Yeah.
But in general, this is normal behavior, and what's important that the government of Thailand and the government of Israel are constantly engaged in order to make sure that this is working properly, and Thai workers are benefiting while the Israeli farmers are benefiting. So I always look at it as a win-win collaboration. But there is another aspect to this nice setup of employment, and this is the way I look at it is Thai workers in Israel are exposed and taking part in most modern agro-technologies, and it allows them to utilize and implement and adapt some of those systems while they go back to their communities, allowing if they are given enough funds. So if Thailand is also looking at modernizing agriculture, using using Thai workers who have come back from Israel that are experienced and knowledgeable, and they know what to do, it will be a great benefit. So it's also a kind of a training.
We really appreciate our 60-year friendship, 61, going on 61 years of friendship. But then, on the news, we also learned that Israel, being so close to the U.S. and U.S. has been so vocal about our road to democracy. Will that affect our bilateral relationships, Ambassador?
Well, first of all, Israel is a small country. We are not a superpower like the United States, and we don't presume to have the same international status as the United States. So, with all humbleness and humility, we should know our place. We have a long tradition from day one of being a strong democratic society with strong democratic institutions and processes, and we cherish democracy, and we all share the same view that democracy is the only way to eventually a nation to run itself and its businesses. At the same time, we listen to the Thai government, we read the roadmap on the way back to democracy, and we trust that the Thai people will conduct your own businesses, conduct yourself on your way to back to democracy, and we hope that this will come as soon as possible, as soon as conditions here allow it, and we trust that the government and the people of Thailand will go back to democracy as soon as possible.
You also mentioned on your message that if apart from bilateral relation, we also are focusing or signed an MOU on the multilateral agreement between Thailand and ASEAN countries. What will happen with that MOU?
Oh, it already happened. It's already happening.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful example of how Thailand and Israel have grown up together. From a receiving country, Thailand has become a donating country as well, which demonstrate how mature we both become. Now, collaborating for the welfare of other countries, this is wonderful. I think this is one of our best achievements, that we have been able to collaborate, bring Thais and Israelis together in order to share technical assistance and training to the countries, to ASEAN countries, to developing countries in this region. I think that this is a wonderful example of cooperation. And we already conducted the first activity together. It was very successful, and we hope to continue. We are engaging in dialogue on a regular basis, and we're hoping that it will take off.
So this is for economic cooperation, and for this 2015, talking about the cultural cooperation, is there any highlights for this year?
We are upcoming events.
Yes.
You had a very successful year last year, film festival.
We'll have another film festival this year, and we are still haven't decided which artist will show at the National Museum, but we'll have a show at the National Museum pretty soon. I hope that I'm not revealing any secrets, but
Teaser.
we'll have a together with our Thai-Israeli Friendship Foundation, we'll have an activity at the Central shopping mall to showcase Israel and Thailand cooperation. So there will be some more activities this year as well.
Wish you all the best, Ambassador. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, and
Thank you very much.
congratulations
Thank you.
once again.
Okay. ช่วงนี้เรากลับมาที่โรงแรมนี้ถี่นะฮะคุณมิก
ใช่
กี้
ค่ะ มีงานสำคัญเกิดขึ้นบ่อยมากเลย
โรงแรมสยาม
ค่ะ
เคมเพนสกี้นะครับเมื่อไม่นานมานี้เมื่อวันที่ 8 พฤษภาคมที่ผ่านมาเนี่ยก็เป็น เป็นการจัดงาน Vienna Ball Bangkok เป็นงานบอลครั้งที่ 2 โดย
ค่ะ
สถานทูตออสเตรียนะครับซึ่งก็จัดโดยพระท่านเอโนโดรเฟนิกและภริยามาดามจูริโดรเฟนิกนะครับ
ค่ะใช่ค่ะ
บรรยากาศในวันนั้นเนี่ยโอ้โหคุณมิกกี้คุณเต้นไปกี่เพลง
ดิ
ฮะ
ฉันเต้นแบบเหวี่ยงมากเลยนะคะ คือท่านทูตบราซิลเนี่ยท่านบอกเราว่าท่านเต้นไม่เป็นนะคะ พอเจอดิฉันเนี่ยพาดิฉันไปเต้นอยู่2-3เพลงดิฉันขาแทบหลุดเลย
ลีลาดอยู่
ค่ะ
ทั่วฟลอร์เลยนะฮะบรรยากาศในค่ำคืนนั้นเป็นอย่างไรบ้างนะครับ ช่วงนี้เราขออนุญาตพักงานวันชาติอิสราเอลที่โรงแรมสยามเคมปินสกี้ไปดูอีกงานหนึ่งซึ่งจัดขึ้นที่นี่เหมือนกันนะครับ Vienna Ball Bangkok ก่อนที่จะกลับมาชมภาพสวยๆ ที่สะท้อนถึงความสัมพันธ์ไทยอิสราเอลตลอด 60 ปีที่ผ่านมาครับ
Are these the little girls I carry? Are these little girls at play? I don't remember growing older when did they get to be so beautiful? When did they grow to be so tall? Wasn't it yesterday when they were small?
วันนี้ The Diplomat พาคุณผู้ชมมาสัมผัสกับบรรยากาศของงาน Vienna Ball Bangkok 2015 นะครับซึ่งจัดขึ้นโดยสถานทูตออสเตรียร่วมกับนครเวียนนาประเทศออสเตรียครับ What a great event, Ambassador. Finally, the Vienna Ball Bangkok. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm happy it's over now, no? but I can tell you it was really worth it. It was a beautiful ball. Everybody was dancing. It was really beautiful. I'm very happy.
Yeah. You dance a lot too.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have been secretly practicing for this event. So
So, what would you like to tell our audience who missed this event? I mean, now that they're looking at all the highlights of the evening, the debutantes and the food and the wines and everything Austrian.
Everything Austrian, yeah. I mean, the obvious highlight, of course, were the debutantes, those highly kind of selective couples that opened the ball. It was very beautiful to watch these young ladies in the beautiful gowns. Then there were excellent performances from artists from Vienna.
Yeah.
For me personally, my highlight was when we had the quadrille. This is something where everybody is participating and everybody was in the dance floor and having fun and enjoying himself and laughing and trying to follow the instructions from the dance teacher. This was, I think that was the best moment for me.
Yeah, you had dance lessons before the event. How did that go? Even the British ambassador went to one of the lessons.
I know, he was doing very well. So we had some lessons with ambassadors. It was good fun. We all learned a lot. And
Yeah, even though it wasn't at 5 a.m. until the morning, but we went beyond midnight, madam.
yes, in Vienna, midnight it's just a starting point. So for the next time, we would like to push back to 5 in the morning.
Looking at the success of this evening, looks like you have to prepare for the Vienna Ball 2016 already.
Okay, thank you.
Are you up for that?
Not yet.
Anyone you'd like to thank in particular for this event?
I mean, there are many people I have to thank for helping me to conducting this event. I mean, the major sponsors, Sam Winery, Swarovski, the Austrian crystal maker, had many excellent sponsors. They're all on the backdrop here. Also, I would like to thank you, Kunvi. You supported us a lot. And there are many people that help us because it must be like a collective forces can only kind of bring something together like that.
And all the proceeds go to charity.
All the proceeds go to charity, and we had a very good outcome. And I'm really looking forward to finally handing over the donations to the charity. I think this will be a very good moment.
Anything you'd like to share with our audience, madam?
Those who could not participate in this very event, we would like to organize sometime near future, but not next year. So
Look forward, yeah? We have to look forward to upcoming events.
yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
So what we have here is a small demonstration and some mementos from moments in our relations with Thailand. Here, for example, we have a picture of His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen in the first joint agriculture project in Opkapong. And I think this is in 1964. And here you have picture of Majesty
The Princess?
Princess
Chulapon,
visiting a greenhouse for growing flowers in Israel.
Yeah.
And
How old are these pictures approximately?
these are
No more than 67 years.
like 50 some years. And
Wow.
this is Princess Chulapon visiting some of the women soldier training camps in Israel, which also serves as education center of the Israeli military.
So now the Israeli women, they have to
Oh, they are great soldiers.
They are,
soldiers, right?
They are, yeah.
yes, and they are taking some very important parts of our in our military.
In fact, one of my friends is a soldier, a woman, Israeli friend.
Well,
It's
first of all,
common.
well, it's common.
It's common.
It's compulsory.
You have to
so
serve,
We
yeah.
all go to the army.
Yeah.
So we all have military training. But and here is
Oh, Princess Sirinton too.
both of them.
both of them, the two
The Royal
princesses,
Highnesses.
the Royal Highness Princess
Sirinton.
and the Royal Highness Princess Chulapon visiting Jerusalem. There are some moments.
The prince, the crown prince.
Crown Prince visiting Israel, actually visited the Air Force as well. And so you see, this has been a long
Milestone of our
milestones
relationships.
yeah, this is history.
History.
Right.
With a great future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Ambassador.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
ขอบคุณครับ
Ati
ירושלים להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון ירושלים
67 ปีของความเป็นประเทศอิสราเอลนะครับแต่ 60 ปีสำหรับความสัมพันธ์ไทยอิสราเอลในปีที่แล้วเป็นอดีตที่น่าจดจำและเป็นความร่วมมือหรือเป็นความสัมพันธ์ที่มีอนาคตอันยาวไกลครับ
ค่ะใช่ค่ะนี่เราก็ถอดคำพูดของท่านทูตชิมอนโรเดตมาเลยนะคะว่าความสัมพันธ์ของเรายังพัฒนาไปได้อีกไกลด้วย
ครับผมนั่นคือทั้งหมดของรายการ The Diplomat ทาง Spring News ในวันนี้นะครับคุณทันชนกจงยศยิ่งและผมวารินทร์ สัจเดลลาไปก่อนสวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ